Aloha huku ohana. Thank you guys so much for joining me here for your reading. This is a really exciting message and it's all about the red thread of fate being activated in your life. So the red thread of fate is a Chinese folklore and it talks about how an invisible red thread binds two souls that are destined to be together. And for you, I'm hearing it's more than just one. Okay, this is about an interconnected system that is self-organized very intelligently to bring resonant individuals into your experience that are going to assist taking you to the next level. I'm also seeing the leg up card in this deck. All right, so we'll go ahead and find it actually, that the fact that they're showing it. But anyway, regardless of time, place, or circumstance, this is a connection that is unbreakable. So yeah, we'll go ahead and read a leg up for you actually. I was not expecting this, but let's go ahead and get it done. All right, there's something around get it done, and so it is. Like, this is something that has been signed. And what else? Yeah, this is about destined worldline collisions. That's what the reading is about. So you being at the same time and space and the same space and time as, I'm hearing people standing on in front of the other side of an opportunity. That's what they're showing me. So there's something that is destined to come into your experience that is going to unlock a new sequence of events that leads you into a whole new trajectory. I'm also seeing like new momentum that's going to be coming into your life that's going to propel you forward. And this isn't a shy energy is what I'm saying. That's all what I'm seeing, all right? The universe is saying it's not a shy energy. This is something that's going to be very direct, all right? This is going off on a whole side quest, all right? So a lot of you, this could be something that you had not planned, you had not intended to experience, at least the human didn't, but the soul has initiated, all right? And you're coming back into that remembrance of why, or about to see the why, all right? Anyway, let's go ahead and read this card because that's what they're showing me. So I guess we're being taken down a different road. Even on this reading, I thought it was going to go one way, apparently it's going another. So you're going to have to surrender to the flow, all right? Receiving help, delegating authority or interdependence. This talks about where you've come to a point where you can no longer do it alone and it's no longer optimal for you, all right? I'm hearing like it kind of reminds me of the North Node in Libra, South Node in Aries energy, just natally. Maybe some of you have it, or this energy is being activated on the Libra Aries axis, where you can go far on your own, but you can go further with others. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing. You can get there faster on your own, but you can get there faster with others. And I'm seeing, you know, okay, what they're showing me is the racing, like a racing track. I don't know if you guys have been to like the F1 games, but you know how they have places that they dock? I forget what it's called, but it's like pit stops, right? And there's a whole team, there's a whole crew that assists them. And I'm hearing every second counts, all right? Otherwise you would not bump into this opportunity. So I'm seeing like your guides right now, like loads of invisible forces that are encoded into your field that you can't look at, but you can see, right? And as soon as I'm hearing you become aware of their presence, then you come into a conscious co-creation with them, but they're always working on your behalf, whether you're aware of it or not, right? Whether you're conscious of that or not. Whether I'm hearing you're conscious of all of yourself or not, it's always working on your behalf, okay? So I'm seeing even delays are not delays, they are divine detours, okay? Or divine timing. A delay is not a denial, it is a divine detour of some kind. So trust that, okay? Trust that you're exactly where you need to be at the moment you need to be there, because there's a lot that's happening in realms that you may not be able to fully understand or comprehend. But when you look back, you're going to realize, oh my gosh, I'm seeing someone, you know, spill their coffee and maybe it takes up, I'm hearing like 2 minutes of the time, right? Where you're getting from one event to another. But there's something around everything that you feel like is not going your way is going according to a higher way or higher plan that's unfolding. If it's not going towards your plan, it's because there's a higher plan unfolding for you. So that's what you need to hear as well. But yeah, anyway, how interesting, right? Okay, so this talks about the trick is to accept the aid that's being given freely. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles can happen, and now is such a time. So this is very, very interesting. It talks about there could be a mentor or business advisor that's going to help you to get where it is that you want to go. You could receive also very good counsel, or that could aid in your prosperity. And it could be, again, where someone is coming in, but the perfect people will arrive at the perfect time, so long as you step forward with a mustard seed of faith. And I'm hearing get ready for those mustard seed of faith to grow into money trees. So there's something around this is really going to expand your connectivity is what I'm seeing with the Libra axis, where Libra is like the branches of a tree, right? So there's something around the branches is going to help you extend out and develop a further air house. I'm seeing 11th house, which is the network, right? It's the whole network or cilia is what I'm seeing, all right? All right, super interesting. The other one would be 3rd house. So this could be travel that you have, maybe local travel or travel on a day-to-day basis of some kind, or communication that happens. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and begin and see what happens. And it says the lunar matchmaker is coming up right now with Leo, which talks about a matchmaker god who is said to tie these invisible red threads around the ankles or fingers of destined partners. Wow, how beautiful. So, and the unbreakable connection, it says the thread is believed to be an unbreakable, which means no matter how far apart people are or what obstacles they face, the connections will always remain. Okay, so super interesting. I'm hearing the obstacles are part of the journey. That's what you'll get to see. This is taking a complete different reading to a complete different direction than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, actually not so. All right. So it's not going to go the way you plan, but it's going to turn out how you hoped or even better. That's the energy that's coming through. Wow. Yeah, this reminds me of the reading that we did around the universe is playing matchmaker in your life. So you may want to watch that reading, but there's so much that's coming through right now. I was not anticipating this. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin with the astral travel messages. Thanks for that side quest. I really enjoyed that. Okay, so, and side quests are literally about you guys gathering information, data, tools that are going to be valuable. I'm hearing that you can stock into your inventory. So this could be like destined messengers for you, fated opportunities that will come in that wouldn't have been discovered if not for the obstacles or the side quest, all right? So yeah, super, super interesting, right? The thread of destiny and your full potential is in the other side of fear, right? Of things not going to your plan and surrendering to a higher plan that's unfolding in your life. So in the first scene, you guys left a salon because you realized that you didn't have to work there anymore and you walked out. So salons in the metaphysical realm represent where you have a wish to impress others, or you could have been concerned around leaving a good impression on someone or the world at large. So you were reluctant to actually go back to the salon to collect your jacket once you had left, but ultimately you decided to liberate yourself and come back to your jacket because you did want to bring it with you. So jackets in the metaphysical realm represent protection, comfort, and warmth. It does symbolize that you're kind of sheltering yourself and protecting yourself from external influences during this time, not allowing external factors to govern your internal state, but being able to move forward with this sense of internal harmony that you have. And this is something that you've cultivated that is now going to dictate the new ways in which you show up for yourself in the world, okay, or the way that you show up in the world. So again, a lot of you are no longer really concerned. I'm hearing people of the past are no longer your concern, maybe opinions of others of the past, because you realize every opinion is linked to a personal history, which is usually, a confession in disguise. Every judgment is really an observation to whether somebody feels safe, because you're no longer predictable. That's what I'm giving. That's what's giving. I'm hearing like you're appearing quite dangerous because of the power that you are embodying due to the clarity that you have been able to cultivate, right? There's a new power that you have due to the clarity that you've breeded, okay? That's what I'm seeing. Something that you've kind of has been able to enhance your experience and the way that you look at yourself and the way that you look at yourself in the world. That's completely shifted. So it's like you're looking at life through the eyes of the soul right now. Yeah, so this led to a worldline collision, right? So it was actually you going back for your jacket that allowed you to have this worldline collision. And again, this was something that was destined. It's almost like you may feel like it's too late because you bumped into this couple before you got your jacket, and then you returned for your jacket and you came back with this armor. It's almost like you're coming back with wisdom. I'm hearing it's okay to go back to the past just to remind yourself that there's nothing left for you there anymore. That's what I'm seeing, okay? So maybe it's okay to go back to the past, or maybe you guys are reflecting on things or have been, just as a confirmation that it no longer serves a purpose, and there's a new purpose unfolding for you, I'm hearing. So yeah, it's super interesting. So you kind of had this worldline collision. It appeared like there was an obstacle and you were reluctant to go back, but when you did, you came back armed with wisdom and the connection was still there for you. All right, so this happened twice, and then you went into the underground together. So in the tunnel, it represents a hidden place or transformation that you're going to be going through. There was a baby that this couple had, and this was the resonant theme that brought you into alignment. So some type of new beginning in your life, right? The birth of something new. Maybe it's an aspect of yourself that you want to nurture and care and tend to. But you were going downstairs with the baby. The couple gave you the baby to hold on to, and you were having a conscious walking meditation during this time as well. So babies represent a new beginning or potential in your life. So again, I do feel like this is a resonant theme that's coming up, right? People are assisting you with this leg up, and it's so cute as well because we have a baby polar bear as well. So it's almost like you guys are almost seeing people come into your experience that are assisting you with this new version of yourself that's unfolding, you know, petal by petal, and they're really helping you bloom or blossom into your full potential here quite naturally. So this could be a fresh project, it could be a new relationship, or just personal growth. It also represents a level of vulnerability. So these are the vulnerable, pure aspects of yourself, right? The uncorrupted aspect of yourself, the part of you that's unaffected by trauma or untouched by time. And you're tuning back into that version of self, and you're aligning your actions accordingly with those intentions, right? The walking meditation represents that there was an aspect of yourself that you had, you know, previously neglected that now needs more focus and attention. So this is about your progress when you're talking about walking. So maybe this is about things that you're moving towards in terms of your goals need more care, they need more attention. Maybe these are the goals that you've set for yourself personally, professionally, whatever this is, but there's a new you to create. There's a new you to nurture. So scene 2, I call it the exact thing that you've been hiding is exactly what the world wants to see. So you continue to embark on this journey in the underground with this couple and their child, and you ran into their brother who was a bodyguard. So their brother basically said that who you were holding was his nephew. So again, this is like all a new interconnected system that's coming in, and he said that you fit in perfectly, right? So this person really took a liking to you, and that was another worldline collision. So I feel like one person that you're meeting, I'm hearing, opens up the doors to many others. That's what I'm seeing. It's like an interconnected network of some kind. But I'm literally seeing, again, it leads to a sequence of events. That's what's happening. A decision that you make leads to a sequence of events. And bodyguards represent, you know, maybe it's an aspect of yourself that you've been actively shielding, right? Maybe due to pain of some kind or feeling like something has failed. And the brother represents a need to express yourself fully and more confidently and just authentically, potentially leading to greater self-confidence. And as well, when it comes to like your communication skills of some kind, you were carrying this baby. So it's almost like you're opening up yourself to new experiences. It leads to you being vulnerable, but your vulnerability is going to allow you to come forward as the most authentic version of yourself, right? That vulnerability is the only bridge to connection. To move into the unknown is really the only choice or option that you have right now if you want to see progress in your life. And you carrying the baby, again, represents that you're kind of seeing yourself flourish in new ways. And scene 3, I call it Ready or Not. It's your main character moment. So in this scene, I saw shooting in a movie theater, and your insecurities kind of coming to the surface. It was something that you were able to observe within others, but it was also a mirror reflection of yourself and maybe feeling unsafe, and then you were trying to get away from the situation. So shooting can represent where you can shoot yourself in the foot, where you can not let something go, knowing you are about to be shot and allowing it to happen in a way of allowing painful feelings to have expression so that you can move beyond them. So this is about moving beyond the fear, moving beyond the discomfort, right? Moving beyond the pain, and using that as a base metal to alchemize and convert that energy into a fuel to further accelerate along your path, turn that pain into a superpower, right? So yeah, it's almost as if going through difficulty reaches such a stage that you can no longer ward off the transformation. It's where you realize at some point the change is not what hurts you, it's the resistance to the change that hurts you. And that's where you can shoot yourself in the foot to resist the change. The ability to accept and become mature is symbolized by accepting the situation or biting the bullet, if you will. So to mature truly is to realize that you are just not this physical vessel, you are not the pain, you are, again, the aspect that is untouched by time and is experiencing life utilizing this physical vessel. So maturity is realizing that you are the spirit within, right? A spiritual being having a human experience, not a human being just having the spiritual experiences. So seeing another person being shot also portrays where you've kind of denied yourself or from new experiences, and a situation that could be assassinating your character or potential main character moment, right? You may be placing the responsibility for what you want right, on others, right? Maybe it's where you've recognized that you've allowed external factors or situations to dictate the decisions that you choose for yourself. And that is just a parasitic energy exchange, right? It's also where we can become a parasite to ourselves, and we can rob ourselves or drain ourselves from that opportunity due to belief systems that are just, again, they're draining, they're not revitalizing or replenishing for us. So it's about you guys being able to replenish yourself as you embark on this new journey and not holding on to parasitic belief systems, right? So yeah, and also not seeking external permission, approval, or likes or dislikes for who you are or what you do from others, right? If your emotional state is dependent upon external approval or acceptance, and that compromises your integrity, if you need a witness, be your own. So it's super interesting. That's going to be the only anchor that you need in this new cycle. Scene 4, I called it You Are Leaving a Mark on the Historical Timeline. So I saw a huge house and I was looking through it and I was kind of viewing every like a scene that was going on with a family, and I was witnessing infidelity that was happening with a masculine father and this other woman, right? Like the other woman. And I witnessed the kids walking in and seeing this event that had happened. And it was something that began to impact the whole family. So I'm going to go ahead and decode this for you. So this represents anxieties or insecurities about your own self-worth, and it can represent where, again, you've betrayed yourself, where, again, you shot yourself in the foot by being confined to a rigid belief system or structure when navigating the world, right? That kind of compartmentalizing your life in zones of safe versus unsafe. Things that are familiar are safe. Things that are unknown are unsafe. But there's something around sometimes that safety and familiarity is actually a complete detriment to you, and sometimes everything you've ever wanted is on the other side from what you have once experienced before. So this is about the masculine with another feminine, which represents your non-action, right? The ability to actually take action is the masculine, and an imbalance that happens there represents that it's time to align your cause with a new action, with a change, and no longer suppressing the desires of the feminine, right, of the soul, and no longer distracting yourself from the root, which is to actually realize that the product of deep shame could be the result of you yearning for something more, right? So this is about giving yourself permission to be able to explore that and address this head on. And the parent will be the representation of the feminine and masculine energies and how they've been held within our ancestral lineage. So maybe this is something that you've inherited for the pure purpose of being able to transmute and transcend it. And that leads to healing of your actual lineage as well, because you're no longer passively dismissing your intuition, right? You're no longer suppressing the desires of the soul, and instead you're actually taking action head on something. You're not kind of going around these roundabout ways of receiving love, and you're no longer embodying like guilt or shame in any way, or manipulation that was being shown here, even where I'm hearing like we can manipulate or gaslight ourselves out or something by saying, oh, it would be too good to be true, you know. Especially when you're receiving an intuitive hit to do something. This is about really being able to honor the feminine fully, right, by aligning your actions with the desires of the soul. So yeah, it's a super interesting energy. And yeah, super beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and see what is coming through then for you guys. I'm going to open up with an oracle message. Cosmos of the oracle message, tell me about the destined worldline collisions. Eclipse. Oh, beautiful. We're in between eclipses right now. So all that is hidden is coming to the light and it's making itself known. This could be a major change, especially with cosmic ether, right? That's happening in the invisible realms, in ways that you cannot see yet. That's yet to unfold. Eclipses impact our life for at least 6 months onwards from the event. So I'm hearing get ready to literally be catapulted into a new space and in time, okay, and time and space where there are new events that I'm hearing herald your arrival, which is super interesting. So it's almost like this is going to be a huge event when it does occur. Let's take a look at eclipse for you, and it's such an uncanny time as well. Come on, let's see, where's the E? Here we go. So shadow to the light. One body covers the other totally or partially. This shows, again, something that has been blocked or temporarily obscured due to the interposition done by the other. This basically talks about there's an important moment that's going to come up in your life. Let's check who or what is blocking our light and be able to return to a place where we can be totally visible and shine bright like a diamond. So again, has something been blocking your light, right? Obstructing your light of some kind? Has it been the result of some kind of belief system? Has it been the result of some kind of, environment that has led to you reducing your light in some way? It's almost like you're disappearing, right? And then you're going to be reappearing as a completely new person. But there's a lot of work that's happening in the unseen realms, right? In the realm of the night with the darkness before you return into the light. But you are the light. That's almost what's coming through there as well. Super interesting with eclipse. Right, let's go and take a look at what's being clarified by this worldline collision. We have the devil. Wow. Okay, and the devil showed up kind of reversed as well, which represents that you're removing yourself from some type of cycle, right? The devil is also about fear, and then we have the vessel. So again, you're no longer seeing yourself as the fear, okay, with the vessel. You're realizing that the vessel may hold on to limiting belief systems, but you have no limits, right? This is about not limits, but about your limitless nature, okay? That's what happens there. So let's go ahead and read the devil and the vessel. That's kind of coming up there reversed. This is something that you're liberating yourself from, because again, you realize that you don't have to stay in cycles that are parasitic with the devil, right? You don't have to stay in connections or circumstances that are not supportive of your soul's highest expression. Maybe this is about connections that do not have your full evolution in mind, right? So this talks about reverse need for freedom, cleansing, and release, excessive gluttony. So this suggests a deep cleanse is in order. Perhaps you have shaken off a dusty curse, or you have moved on from something that no longer is serving you. So again, this talks about, a curse is just something that has been reinforced enough times to become a belief system. So release whatever is still hanging around you and clean your space so that your mind can wander new paths once again. And after the devil, we have the lovers, right? Which is about a new timeline that opens up for you guys, because you're able to apply conscious free will, because you're now conscious that there's certain ways of operating the world that are just not highly supportive for this next phase or stage in your journey. So that's a beautiful energy actually that's coming up there with eclipse and vessel. And eclipses, especially with a blood moon eclipse that has just taken place, and us being in between these seasons, this represents a huge cleansing, a huge purge, right? Huge purge that's happening, a huge release. So I feel like this is again releasing something that the vessel has inherited of some kind, again, even ancestrally, and being able to function under a new set of knowing systems. That's what I like to call it, a deep knowing system. All right, we also have 10 of chalices there at the base. So again, this is going to lead to major happiness for you. Let's go and clarify the second scene, which is the exact thing you've been hiding, is the exact thing the world wants to see. Okay, let's see. So maybe this is again where you guys have kind of hidden. This is something that, a light that you've hidden, right? Something that you have not shared fully. You're being asked to share this aspect. Stellar stream, right? Stellar stream talks about a magical link, okay, that happens, and we have constellation here as well. So again, this is going to lead to constellation and stellar stream is all about the stars in the sky and some type of new network, right, or interconnectivity that will be unfolding as a result of you kind of flowing. With stellar stream, it talks about allowing yourself to flow by not confining yourself to certain rigid structures, right? Just rigidity as a whole, right? Which is about attachment, which is what the devil likes to do. And you're kind of liberating yourself from that, and it's allowing you to again move with this new light, operating in this new frequency, which is operating in a high vibration, because you're moving with the cycles of change, right? You are becoming the change, and you're witnessing the change that is happening within you, and that's leading to change happening all around you. So again, this talks about by surrendering to what is will mean that we will inevitably go with a stellar stream that corresponds to our own evolution. So that's a beautiful energy that's coming up there, right? So there is something that is, calling, right? There's something new that's calling that is here to support your evolution, and the only thing that can resist it is resistance. And again, that resistance is going to cause some type of pain. It's not change that hurts, but it's the resistance, the change that hurts. It talks about the same happens when we give up. We know that the wind may take us somewhere that our mind does not want to go. So there is something about you having to kind of surrender to the flow of the river. That's definitely what it gives me. The river of stars and seas that are literally leading you right into your destiny, right into destined alignments. I'm hearing where there's going to be new assignments for you on a soul level, which is super interesting. And then we have constellation here at the base too. So let's go and take a look at that fundamental factor. Constellation. Constellation talks about a constellation of groups of light energy, formation of a system that can refer to various things, a magical connection which links the points of your constellation. So again, there's something around as you surrender to that, know that the ego and the mind, right, the chattering, you know, monkey mind may actually try to beat the river into submission, but it's when you surrender to the flow of the river and use the current and the power of the river as your own that you remember that all rivers lead to the ocean, right? So there's something about you're being led towards that infinity of possibilities. It also talks about a group of guiding stars and a cosmic or terrestrial family, right? So this is, again, people that you have these extraterrestrial connections with, interdimensional connections with, divine groups forming a whole. So this is like literally being guided towards your soul family, right? Or star family of some kind, right? So there's some kind of destined alignment that will happen. I'm seeing also you kind of shining your light, and the thing that you've been hiding, the light that you've been hiding, leads to others revealing their light to you. Okay, that's what I'm seeing being mirrored in your reality as well. But yeah, it talks about landmarks, people that are going to assist you when it comes to identifying your north or south for navigation. They guide us towards the next steps and provide us with information that we know that we're in the right position for where we want to be headed. Okay, constellations and natural compasses. So this is super interesting, all right, for human beings and our way of orienting our soul with the road ahead on planet Earth. So again, there's almost confirmation that you're going to be receiving through the connections that you're going to be coming into alignment there with, because you're going to be received really, really well, okay? There's something around you have to be able to give something for people to receive. And there's something I'm hearing like you have to be able to also receive yourself to be able to give. So there's something that you have to receive within yourself. There's something that you must accept within yourself. We have strength. Strength is in its highest octave, and we have the orbs here as well. So we'll go ahead and read this. You're being your highest self in physical form, operating under, you know, your highest octave and being able to embody the path itself, all right? Which is super, super beautiful. Yeah, super wonderful. Let's go ahead and read strength. Strength. Here we go. Strength in the orbs talks about empowerment, confidence, vitality, and bravery. A field of dandelions roars ferociously as the orb in the spirit plane rejoice in their empowerment. These two cards exist simultaneously, just as we exist in many times and many places. There is a sense of confidence, strength that comes with knowing you are greater than just yourself. You're working in tandem with all of your past and future selves to aid in your own self-discovery. Be brave like the lions and wise like the orbs. So again, there is like an ancient, you know, energy that's activating within you, and there is a lot of memory that you're restoring. I'm also seeing like a lot of memory that's going to be uncovered and recovered for you as you begin to just surrender to the change and become one with the change and become one with the river, right? It's almost like go to the river. If you see the Buddha, kill the Buddha. That's like the energy that's coming through. It's like a moral, what does it mean, you know? It's to be in a state of omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence, realizing that you are the river, you are the Buddha, and you are the one that has killed the Buddha. So I feel like you're going to see, again, Source working through others, as Source also, again, experiences life as you and also through you. You begin to witness Source experience life through others and as others becoming messengers, being able to recognize that infinite potential within others and when it reveals itself. I'm seeing like you're going to basically be aligned with a lot of consciously aware beings, right? Beings with conscious awareness that has become conscious of itself. So there's a lot of high level, I'm hearing ranks, okay? A lot of high level connections, I guess. I don't know what you'd call it, but I'm seeing like a high rank in the spiritual realm, all right? And like a lot of soul growth that has happened that's going to be assisting you. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, and that's what the leg up I feel like is coming through, all right? It could be words of wisdom, it could be information that's needed, and it's exactly what you need at this stage in your evolution journey as well. Not a moment sooner, not a moment later. Okay, let's talk about scene 3, which is Ready or Not. It's your main character moment. So this was the shooting in the movie theater. Let's see where you could shoot yourself in the foot and where you're gonna have to bite the bullet. I was not meant to pull this, but I guess I was. 8 of Lotuses. Okay, so 8 of Chalices basically talks about having to walk away from something that is familiar to make room for something new. Even though you may not know what it is, right? It's almost like you're having to remove yourself from an old way of navigating the world to be able to navigate a new world. Okay, that's definitely what's coming through here. Let's go ahead and read this interpretation. 8 of Chalices. This talks about forward movement, finish line, final push, and rapid. Oh no, this is the 8 of Embers. 8 of Chalices. 8 of Chalices. Here we go. So escapism, walking away, uncertainty, and confusion. So we see an elder approaching an ominous frog as a whale dances above submerged ruins. Both of these scenes feel otherworldly. If you've selected escapism as your coping mechanism, this card shows up to show you that disillusionment you have been feeling is not without warrant. If something has brought more confusion than clarity, perhaps it's time to leave it behind. So there is a way that you guys are being guided to move forward through life, and it's something that goes beyond the mind. And the mind may not fully understand, the mind is very confused, but there is this ancient knowledge and wisdom and eternal light that's guiding your path. So allow yourself to be guided in ways that go beyond your understanding right now. That's what's coming through there with the main character moment, because that's the very thing that leads you to something new that you would not have been able to plan, that the mind would not have been able to plan, right? And then we have Telescope. Yeah, I love this. Again, this basically talks about it basically talks about, again, scintillation as well. The eyes of the soul. Oh, it can see something beautiful with the telescope and scintillation, right? This is about I'm seeing like internal dialogue that's happening where your higher self, right, which is within you, is like, do you not get the concept? And the ego is like, no, I don't get the concept, you know? And it's like, okay, hold space for that mind, hold space for that voice, and say it's all right, we'll show you. All right, that's almost what's coming through there. So let's go and read the telescope. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy. Telescope talks about intuition and making a zoom in. We are part of a channel that goes both up and down, right? It talks about looking at life through increased vision and through the eyes of the soul, through your micro and macro lens, right? So again, this is not your final destination. It's just a current situation, and this is not the whole story. It's just a chapter. So allow yourself to be guided through this next chapter in a way that may transcend the analytical mind. All right, so however we can achieve cosmic consciousness without the need for external objects. The telescope refers to the object that we are all aware of, a tool which allows us to see further than the human eye can, in order to capture the display of celestial bodies. This card refers to the inner telescope, the mental power to see beyond what our eyes are able to. We know that there are planets out there, and we are able to see them thanks to the telescope. We know that there are energies around us, and if we use our inner telescope effectively, we'll be able to see them too. So yeah, this is a very strong energy. It's almost like there's something that the soul can see, right? There's something that the soul can see around where the human may be kind of shooting themselves in the foot. Maybe it's been something that you've been used to. Maybe it's something that you're, you know, I'm hearing like you blame the gun and not the one holding the trigger. But then there's also another level of awareness that you have around, you are the gun, you are the bullet, you are the foot, you know? And it's about what story you want to play, right? What scene you want to create in your life. And you can change that scene, right? I'm hearing that you're going on a road that is unscripted right now. That's maybe how it feels. There's like an unscripted level that you're entering into. And this is a new scene that has been unwritten. It's a story that you get to write. So it's up to you what this next chapter gets to look like. It's completely up to you. What do you want to look like? Right? Okay, let's take a look at scene 4. You were leaving a mark in the historical timeline. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at you were leaving a mark in the historical timeline. Let's talk about the scene. We have Proton. and Pluto. Oh, wow. Okay, so proton basically talks about a positive electric charge, okay, like a very positive electric charge. Again, it's a plus symbol, and then you have Pluto. So this is a positive but unavoidable transformation and change, and this is something that's weighing heavily on your mind, and it's growing. You know, this is like it's a pressure cooker. Like, you may feel like it's a pressure cooker, and this is gonna make you or break you. And I'm hearing the facts that you, the things that you feel like are breaking down. It's almost like you feel like you're being broken down in 1,000 ways, when now you have 1,000 ways to rebuild yourself. You know, that's what's coming up here, and you're rebuilding yourself stronger, better, more connected to yourself, right? And I'm also hearing more connected to your lineage in some ways. But yeah, the psyche with Pluto basically represents the intersection of where the soul meets the physical vessel, or your etheric origins meet matter, and you're mastering matter. You guys are being able to inform matter by the changes that are happening within, right? It's almost like you're able to see reality reconfigure itself to correspond with the internal changes that are happening within you. But yeah, this is a positive and unavoidable transformation, and it's gonna be intense. It's gonna be a death and rebirth. It's almost like you're being reborn anew, and you're also pulling forward your ancestral lineage through your own ascension journey, okay? Because you're stepping away from familiarity, and you're making friends with a new way of being, completely new way of being. You're changing the system, right? We have Three of Chalices here as well, which is a Three of Cups that actually ends up bringing in, Three of Chalices is a Cancer and Mercury energy, so it actually ends up bringing in a lot of creative collaborations, again, a lot of destined meetings, a lot of emotional fulfillment here with Three of Chalices as well. But yeah, it talks about a lot of just fulfillment, right? We have Justice here at the base, which is about cause and effect, right? It's almost like there's a new story that's going to be told in your life here as well. Karma, right? It's almost like you're clearing up the ancestral karma there with Justice, so that you can live more according to your true essence, right? Where you can blend and merge your most sophisticated, elegant, multidimensional aspects, and hold space for that in this realm, right? Hold space for yourself and all of yourself. So Three of Chalices talk about friendship, synchronicities, shared experiences, and alignment, right? So this is a positive, you know, it's a positive impact. It's almost like you're going to be meeting some kind of soul tribe or family that's also doing the work, right? That's what it gives me. So I'm hearing also like a lot of people with the scene earlier are going to want to be around you, but are not going to want to do the work, right? So just be aware of that, all right? So I'm hearing a lot of people don't even want to be shown that there's work to do. So don't wake up a person who's sleeping and does not want to be woken up, okay? You're not going to get a very nice response. It's going to be a very unconscious response. So yeah, this talks about three dancers pirouette on a bank of the river as they fade out. Three boats float by, in sync with the world. This card is about having a shared experience and enjoying the connection of a friendship. When we feel aligned with those around us, it vibrates through the universe. The connection you have with friends are just as important as those with lovers. So yeah, there's new friendships that are coming into your experience, right? There's new connections that you guys are going to be forming. And this is something that's unavoidable. It's almost like the change that happens within you is going to be changing the entire trajectory of your life, right? It's going to be changing the entire network in which you surround yourself with. There's a lot of new people that are going to be coming to your experience, a lot of opportunities that will also be coming in as a result of that. That's definitely a very strong energy. Let's go ahead and close out with one energy oracle message. Just take a look. Yeah, happy family, new soul family, look at that. And we have crown chakra here at the base with Archangel Uriel. So yeah, this is literally, again, other beings, right? Other plasma originating from plasma crafted by the Elohim to come and engage with the third dimensional realm. This is soul family. These are other parallel life connections that you have. Again, we have the temple path behind that, right? It's people that have gone within, have done the work. This is 12th house energy, a lot of the unseen realms that are going to be bleeding into very physical experiences for you, right? With the crown chakra, you could be recognizing a lot of people, okay? A lot of souls, resonant souls that are coming into your experience here as well. And we have the sacred mountain here at the base too, which talks about like a journey that you're embarking on, right? new things that we're going to be acclimating to. So I'm going to love and leave you guys right there. I hope this reading gave you everything that you needed to hear at this stage in your journey. If you're not already subscribed to this channel and want to stick around for future reads, do consider subscribing. We'd love to have you around. Personal reading details also down below. If you want to join our Discord server, the link is also down below. If you guys want a discount code for Otter Spirit's beautiful AAA grade bracelets, take a look at that down below as well. And until next time, bye.